Okay, so I think we're live now, and I know that I did give some people and potential coaches the link for the YouTube version. So just in case they're watching as a fly on the wall, we won't even be able to see if they're viewing it or not. But we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 5 minutes past 8:30, and just so you guys know that are on here, you can always watch the recording, and I always will post it in our team page. While we're public coaches. So I'm just going to get started because we have a lot to go over in this new year. And then towards the end, whoever ends up being on, I really want to kind of walk through some goal setting ideas and maybe even kind of do that live, just kind of talk to each other about what our goals are and maybe ask for help on how we're going to get there from people that have maybe been there before us. So first and foremost, I will say that I just celebrated my 1 year as a coach. January 1st, 2016. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm certainly not where I thought I was going to be at this point, and just want to kind of start off by saying, this business is majorly about consistency. I know you guys hear it all the time from me, from your coach, from your upline coaches. We've talked about Mindy Winder and Scotty Hobbs and people that were in this business for 2, 3, 4 years before they started making significant income and started really making this their own personal business. My personal story is I really hit the ground running. I hit diamond really quickly. What I didn't do was make sure that I paid attention to some of the technicalities of things, which I kind of want to stress on a little bit just because it's the new year. And I know that every time people start as a new coach, especially in the new year when people are excited and they're getting signed up, that you make sure that you're paying attention to some of these technicalities. One of them is going to be about placement. And I want you guys to do some work on your own. I'm going to try to put together a comprehensive video that'll be maybe 15 or 20 minutes, but do some YouTube searching and some Googling about placement, because here's what happened to me. I took the advice to sign up everybody as a discount coach if they wanted to get a discount on the product, which is good. That's a good thing to do. But I didn't focus on keeping my right and left legs balanced with true working coaches. And I will say there are some people that were truly working coaches that stopped working the business, and that's just going to always happen. And that's just, that's kind of why I wanted to address this is I had 2 coaches on my right side that were working, and then just were like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just too hard and I don't want to do it. Didn't anticipate that. That being said, I have 95 coaches underneath me, and I'm an Emerald coach today, 1 year into being into the business, because I do not have another Emerald on my right side. So I just want to kind of encourage you guys by my discouragement, I guess, that I'm not quitting this business. I see it after a year for what it is. I mean, in 2 weeks from now, I could be a 2-star qualifying, coach. I could be a 1-star qualifying coach. For instance, Rachel is a diamond coach, and she kind of had that issue with placement in the past and had to really build it up and be really strategic and specific about where people were going to go to make sure that at least you don't drop that diamond rank. So I would say that you always want to have, I would say you want 2 diamonds or 2 emeralds that you can control on each side. So for all new coaches, what that means is if you have a spouse that wants to sign up and basically you're working their business for them, put them on one side, and that way you can always control that. You can add coaches there. You can control it the best you can. The best way it could be is if you had a spouse and 2 parents, and your parents were like, I want to support you, I'll keep drinking Shakeology, I'll remain a coach for a while, then your parents aren't going to drop and leave your spouse not an emerald anymore. So he'll always be an emerald, or she'll always be an emerald. On the other side, let's say you have a best friend or another family member who's like, I want to help you, or I want to support you, that kind of thing. So try and make sure, or the greatest thing in the world that can happen is that you find somebody who you know is not going to get out of this business and is hardcore. I have one of those on my team. She's on this call right now, Rachel, and I know for a fact that she's going to do whatever she can to stay diamond, so I don't have to worry about her. But I just want to stress that point, because I think when you haven't been coaching for a while, when it's only been a month or two, or maybe even 6 months, to drop in rank like that feels like a really huge blow. It feels so hard. It feels like might as well give up. But what I can tell you from being in it in a year is things can happen so quickly, things can change so quickly, that when you do drop like that, it really is not the end of the world. You do want to anticipate stuff like that happening, but we can't control everything. We can't control how this happens. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit tonight about how to have better control over that, how to have more, basically more quality quantity coming in on both sides. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that out there that, and I'll just, tell you guys, from having to do this random job that I had to do, to get my mortgage to go through, that sucked a lot of time and energy, and it was horrible. It was a horrible environment. And then I quit that, and then I stopped having that income come in. So then I had to put all of my attention into finding another job so that I had income after I just bought this house and everything. So on top of the dropping and everything like that, it's been a horrible couple months for me as far as juggling things. It was the holidays. I'm just getting a new job. I'm not going to start until the 18th, so I'm kind of like really having to budget. So I say all that to say I'm not quitting this job. I love Beachbody. I want it to be my full-time job forever. I see the potential. I see the potential in all of our coaches, and I see what our other coaches before us have done. And sometimes, especially, at the start of the year, you just kind of have to take a deep breath and just have to say, hey, I'm still not out of money. I'm still not paying for my product. And I'm building this team, and things can change on a dime as long as you continue to build your team. So I hope that didn't discourage anybody. I just want to let you guys know that life happens. And, like when you're doing your personal development, you can reflect on that, and you can be like, oh, God, I'm not going to beat myself up about this right now. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know what my team can do, and you just got to move on. So I do want you guys just be paying attention to, in the new year, placement, and just making sure that you're really even, because when you start hitting big ranks like Emerald, Diamond, when you start qualifying for 1-star or 2-star, you're not going to make as much. And I know this sounds so weird to you now if you're a brand new coach, or maybe even if you're a seasoned coach, but what I saw, because I was a Diamond so early, I wasn't making tons of money in these cycle bonuses. And the reason why was because my left and right legs were so uneven. So where I should have been cycling 25 times, maybe I was cycling 10. So you really do need to keep a gauge on how even, like, to be honest with you, my last 9 coaches I've put on my right leg, because my right leg was so stripped of everyone, discount coaches, everyone. So I've had to really build up that right leg again. So just make sure as you're going forward, especially in this super busy time, and you're signing up a lot of coaches this month, next month, into the summer months, that you're keeping a good eye on that, and that you're listening to maybe some upline coaches' advice on where to put people. I think that'll be really helpful going forward. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys now, and I am going to just go through this little PowerPoint. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I can. What is this? Is this PowerPoint? Hold on. Let me see if you guys can see this. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, let me see. Can you guys see just my PowerPoint? Are y'all there?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Oh, never mind. Where'd it go? Oh gosh. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just kind of want to chat. I just did a little bit about where we've been, but I'm going to go more into that as far as a team, where we are and where we're going in 2016. So I will move ahead. Okay, so, and I know this is a lot. I'll just go through each bullet, but big announcements. First and foremost, and we're going to talk about this toward the end, but I want you guys in the new year to really, really, really draw out some goals for yourself. And what I mean by really and truly dial into the goals, and I'm going to do this too, is give yourself, basically reverse engineer your big goals. So as far as Beachbody is concerned, I want you to think of all the goals that you have in Beachbody at all and write them down on a sheet of paper. For instance, I want to hit success starters, which means hitting Success Club 5 or 10 in the first 3 months as a coach. And for some of you, if you haven't been able to do that your first 3 months, that's okay. Your goal could be just to hit Success Club consecutively for 6 months or for 12 months. Or, you know, I want to start getting Success Club leads. I want to start turning my leads into customers or coaches. What are your goals? And I mean, I would take a piece of paper and write out everything as it relates to Success Club, trips, rank, money. I would put all of that. People that you want to help, people that you want on your team added each month or each week. I would really write those out, and then you can take those from that piece of paper and you could say, okay, if I want to add 20 coaches to my team each month, I know that's a high number, how many coaches do I need to add each week? Okay, well, maybe about 5 each week. If I need to add 5 each week, how many people do I need to reach out to specifically about the business each day? Maybe that's 10 each day. So it makes it a lot more quantifiable if you're, instead of going, God, I wanted to add 20 coaches this month, but you know, I don't know what happened. Well, you will know what happened if you are crafting it that way. If you're, you know, reverse engineering it and figuring out what you need to do daily, weekly, monthly to hit that goal. And we'll talk about that a little more, but I just want you guys to keep that in mind, that your biggest goals, especially as a new coach, should be to hit Success Club every month. And the reason for that is because when you're hitting Success Club every month, you're getting leads. You're getting to Emerald. You know, if you're hitting Success Club every month, chances are you've hit an Emerald goal. You're moving toward Diamond, or you're hitting Diamond. And then, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about what it means to go Emerald and that kind of thing. But, you know, Success Club is such a good marker for, you know, if you're adding people to your team. So I would just really focus on those kinds of things, you guys. You know, and then the next thing is you got to go Emerald. If you're not Emerald yet, that should be your #1 goal. I've had people go Emerald in 1 week, in 2 days, in 1 day. So just really focus on that. But make that a goal so that you're like, okay, my goal this month or this week is I'm going to sign up 2 coaches, just 2 coaches. That's it. And those coaches, one's going to go on one leg and the other's going to go on one leg, and I'm going to be an Emerald coach. And then what you can do is, you can see here in this bullet is I put then again, then again, then again. You kind of want to create this Emerald factory. If you then say, okay, I did that in 1 month, now I want to go Emerald again in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I want to sign up 2 coaches. So you're always speeding up your goal and making it, or adding more people to it. So, you know, if you went Emerald again and then you went Emerald again, you're a Diamond coach. You know, so you got to just think about that. Like when you've got 8 people on your team and 2 of them go Emerald, so you're teaching them the same thing, and you're saying, okay, you know, all you got to do is hit this goal and go Emerald. You know, add 2 people to your team. They can be discount coaches, you know, and when people reach Emerald, I'm talking to you newer coaches that are now reaching out to coaches, when they're like, who cares? Why would I want to be Emerald? It makes them feel so good. It gives them a sense of, this is a real business. Like, I'm really moving up the ranks here. Now I'm getting leads. Now I'm getting paid leads. You know, so it takes, to go Emerald means you get a little bit more money for what you're doing. It also means that you are not having to do as much of the work. Beachbody's helping you do it now because you're doing so well. And then you get more of that and more of that once you hit Diamond and 1-star and 2-star and 5-star. So that's kind of how to tell people, you know, that's why that's such a big goal, so that you know. And the other thing is, when they know that's a goal, some people can do it in 1 day. And they're like, oh my God, that was a goal I had. I did it in a day. And that gives them momentum to keep going. So I really, really, really want to push with you guys that when you're talking to your coaches, your biggest push is that they hit Success Club. Even if they're a discount coach, be like, hey, you know what? If your goal was you didn't want to pay for your product and you wanted to make a couple extra bucks, if you hit Success Club, if you sign up 3 people, then what is that? That's like about $90. You're not having to pay for your product, and 2 of those people could be discount coaches, and then you can start getting commissions and all this stuff. Rachel, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't want to cut you off, but your PowerPoint is frozen and it's on just your title slide. We can't see anything else.
Okay, you can't see it now either while I'm moving it?
No.
Okay. Can you see this now?
Yeah, now we see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can y'all read that if I leave it on there, or can you see that now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Big announcement?
Yeah, big announcements, goals, Emerald Factory.
Okay, cool. I'll just leave that there, and then maybe I'll go back and then go to the next slide. Okay, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind when you're talking to new coaches. And I think the other thing is, too, is that I know we always are like, let's sign up new coaches, let's sign up new coaches. But that is your first goal as a coach, is to, when you sign up your coaches, to keep them engaged. So you want to keep them engaged through our page. You want to keep them engaged by giving them a goal. And if you guys don't feel comfortable about this, that's okay. I have scripts that you can use for this. You can literally just put on your calendar, call my coaches next week, or email my coaches next week and say, hey, how are you doing? Are you hitting your goals? And they might say, wait, what are my goals? You know, oh, we talked about this. Are you getting close to hitting Emerald? Are you getting close to, and when you have those just quick emails or quick texts or a voice text with your coaches, it helps them to stay on track and to remember, oh yeah, that's right, I wanted to make an extra few dollars, or I wanted to do that training and learn more about Beachbody. So make sure that you're engaging with them from the get. Even if you're a new coach, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know, you know what, I'm a new coach, I'm trying to hit these goals, I want you to hit these goals with me too. And remember to tell them about all the cool things. Like if you've got signed up a new coach, yes, you want them to hit Success Club, but you also can say, hey, is that the same one? Yeah. You can say, hey, I totally want you to come with me and my team to Nashville and party with us and get to learn from these awesome people and amazing speakers and authors and all this stuff. And if you hit Success Club your first 3 months as a coach, you get to go free. So some people might not even care about Success Club, but when you throw that out there, hey, you get to go free with us and our team of girls, you might as well make that your goal, hit these Success Club points the first 3 months, plus these are the best 3 months to do it, the new year. You can also tell them, hey, we've got this awesome trip to Punta Cana in 2017, and all you have to do is earn Success Club every month, and it is completely paid for. So you want to make sure that you hit Success Club right out of the gate. So then you'll get to go to Nashville for free. You'll get to go to 5 nights at Punta Cana for free. And these are just some of the cool things that our company does just for signing up 3 people a month. So make sure that you're reminding them about that. I don't do a great job of that either. As the year goes on, I forget about that stuff. But people love trips. People love to know, and we'll talk about this in a minute. It is very true that literally if you hit Success Club 5 every single month, you will get it's fully paid to go on the Success Club trip. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But remind them of these things. Remind them of the community that we have in our team and the girls and hanging out together and that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm taking way too long. Hammer and chisel. And I put on here immediate stream equals double the challenge groups. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if everyone has got Hammer and Chisel yet, but what they've set up is that when you purchase Hammer and Chisel, you immediately get it on if you're a Beachbody On Demand member. So here's the deal. You can tell people, by the way, if you sign up as a coach, a discount coach, not only are you going to get your Shakeology or your Performance Pack, whatever they sign up with, but your Shakeology next month for $15 off, you also get a free month of Beachbody On Demand, and that means you get to start streaming your program right away. So for those straggler challenger people that are like, oh, I bet I missed it this time, you can always come back and say, no, you totally didn't miss it, because you can start with us tomorrow. If you purchase today, you can stream it. All you have to do is sign up as a discount coach. You'll get your Shakeology, $15 off, or anything you buy next month, you'll get 25% off, and you'll get your program live stream, so you can start with us right away. So I know if it's me and I want to get started in a group, I'm like, oh, whatever, can I cancel anytime? Yeah, you can cancel anytime. Okay, yeah, sign me up as a coach. And then if you're on them and you have a good challenge group, they might stay a coach for a really long time. They might turn into a hobby or a business builder coach. So that is a really, really good tool. There's a lot of buzz around Hammer and Chisel right now. I've had a lot of people sign up with it. In last month, I had 6 people sign up just with Hammer and Chisel. So it's a really good tool. I want you guys to be selling that immediate stream and remind them that they get that free being a Beachbody on-demand customer. And why I said double the challenge groups is because honestly, you could do 2 challenge groups a month that are 15 days long because people don't need to wait the 5 to 7 days to get their stuff. So yes, they're not going to have the portion control containers, but you can walk them through that. You can say, while you're waiting on your stuff, the red is a cup, a green is a cup, a yellow is a half cup, whatever. There's all those charts that you can find online to post in your group for people that don't have those yet. You can also post the equation of how to find out how much to eat, all of that. But this would be a really good tool to be able to double up on your challenge groups. All right. The next thing is a Success Club trip, which I'm so excited about in Punta Cana. The biggest thing to note here, especially as a new coach, and I feel really weird when I just have it on here for a long time, so I'm just going to switch back and forth between this and talking to you guys. Hold on, because that feels really weird. But the biggest thing to note as a new coach is, okay, when I signed up January 1st, as you can see through the surge, January is when you decide if you want to sign up for that Success Club trip. And if you're a new coach, you're probably thinking, I don't really know if I'm going to make enough cruise dollars or trip dollars to pay for that trip. And what if I'm out money? And what if I'm blah, blah, blah. Here's the deal. If you want to do this for the full year or even for 6 months, you will 100% make enough money if you're hitting Success Club every month. So for me, my first month I hit Success Club 20, and January is when they double the trip dollars. Another thing to note, so you want to make sure that you get as many Success Club points as you can right now. I think the max is $500 you can get in this month, and people hit that. And the total amount spend for everything is $1,224 or something like that, $1,220. So if you think about that, it's almost half, or a little less than half that you can get in almost 1 month. So the problem is people don't sign up because they think, oh, it's a $300 deposit, and what if I don't make the money back and I'm out $500 or $600 or $800? If you have enough money for the $300 deposit, which you will get back, it's refundable, you should do it immediately when you have enough time. Because what happened to me is I got enough cruise dollars to go on this March's trip in 3 or 4 months. So I'm totally paid for, and I'm number 8,000 on the wait list because I didn't sign up until February or March, because I was oh, I can see how I'm probably going to earn a lot of cruise dollars. But in January, as a brand new coach, I was I don't know how this works, So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, if you are planning on sticking with Beachbody, even as a hobby coach, even if you're going to put add 1 or 2 people to your team a month, you will definitely make enough cruise dollars or trip dollars. It's a cruise this year. Trip dollars to have your stay paid for. So just be thinking about that. They do not pay for your airfare, but it is all-inclusive plus $750 of resort credit. So you'll get to go to the spa or to the golf course or whatever. For adventures, I mean, it's a legit trip every year. Everyone says it's you don't bring any money, you're fine. So just be thinking about that, because I do want our team to go, and I know that everyone that's pushing for it or that's trying is going to get enough trip dollars based on Success Club to go. I just don't want you guys to miss out I probably am going to miss out this year because I didn't reserve my spot in time. But what I have on the PowerPoint, which is awesome, is because of that very fact, they're doing 2 waves this year. So they're doing 2 separate weeks that are going to be completely the same so that more coaches can go and they don't sell out, basically. So with the cruise, it's the biggest cruise ship that the USA makes, and they only had limited spots. So if you don't have a spot, you can't go. So that kind of sucks. And so I just wanted you guys to know that, at least, if They're saying now that if you sign up as a regular coach, not like a premier or an elite coach, on the 19th, you should get your spot. You shouldn't have to go on a waiting list. So that's really awesome. I think our team and Brandy's team, we were talking about this the other day, is going to the Coral Week, which is the second week. So we can talk about that later, but when it does come time to sign up for that, if y'all are signing up, I'd love for us to all sign up for the same week so that we don't miss each other. So I'll post that on the page, but that's really exciting because, like I said, a bunch of people are going to be missing out because there just wasn't enough room on the cruise. So that's why they offered 2 different weeks so that everybody could go. So I'm really excited about that. And again, you guys remember to be telling your team about that and your coaches about that, because that is something that not a lot of people get to do. And again, sorry, where is everything? Where's my PowerPoint? Okay. Again, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, it'll take me forever to get to the trip. It really doesn't. So explain that to them. And it keeps them hitting Success Club. It keeps that momentum going when people are like, oh yeah, but I really want more trip dollars. I really want to hit Success Starters so I can go to Nashville. That is really exciting. That was really exciting for me. And by the way, when you go to Nashville, they list your rank and your Success Starters, or if you hit Success Club All-Stars, like you have all these ribbons under your name, which sounds cheesy, but it's awesome because you look around and you're like, wow, not a lot of people have these ribbons. So it's really good events to go to, and I want everyone to be there and to be pushing for those goals. Okay, my next thing is, can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay, is Summit. And I know we talk about this a lot. I won't stay long on here. We do want to get a house, which we'll probably have to make a move on in the next month or so. If we don't get a house, I at least want to get like a room block or something at the Omni. This is, you guys, it's got to be like the best location to have Summit. Has to be. Because if you've never been to Nashville before, it's so fun just because anywhere you go, like for instance, our Marriott by Vanderbilt, which is not even close to downtown, there's live music all night, every night. It's so fun. So it's just like a party everywhere. So I want everyone to go, and it's just so much easier to go if you do hit Success Starters. If you don't, I think it's like $200 and something, but I would say it's definitely still 100% worth it. Maybe put that as a goal that you want to make a certain amount 1 month to save for that trip, because that trip is amazing. And if you guys are going to pay your own way to the actual summit, like the actual event, if you didn't hit Success Starters, because I know some people were like, well, I didn't know that I had to do it the first month, or whatever. Then that's why I want to get like a big house where you can all stay, where you're not paying like an arm and a leg to stay in a room by yourself. So just keep that in mind. And when we do go to Nashville, we're going to do stuff just with our team. We're going to do stuff with our upline. It's really fun. There's Success Club parties, which they basically blocked off the entire downtown Nashville, and we had like a private show. We had, obviously food, drinks, dancing, fireworks. It was so fun. So you guys will love it. And also you just learn so much. I know people talk a lot about the Summit, like aha moment, that they had a lot of aha moments at Summit. And I think that's really true in a sense that you see how big this company is. You see all the people walking around. You also see people there that maybe don't have the same goals as you, and you're like, wow, I'm really doing good. I'm really hitting some good goals. You see some people that have totally blown goals out of the water where you're like, oh my gosh, okay, that's a good role model for me. That's someone I want to get to know. It's a really amazing experience, and you learn a lot. You do all these sessions where you get to hear from, what was I going to say? From like authors and public speakers and just these amazing people. So I would say just do not miss Summit. And if you know for a fact that you did not hit Success Starters this year, you know what? Yeah, no, it's this year. Actually, I think January is the last month, I think, where you can sign up, and like January, February, March, I think is the last to go to this year. I think that if you go, I don't know, I'll have to look at it. But if you know that you're not going to hit Success Starters, or you missed a month or something like that, then let me know, and we can do what we can to get you signed up and to talk through all that. So more info about that and the house and everything will be coming. The next big announcement is the Cafe Latte Shakeology, which is coming out January 11th. And if you guys didn't watch the surge, just so you know, like for instance, my box ships on January 1st, so I'll probably wait until February 1st to get it. But you can get just the bag of Cafe Latte. I've heard that it is delicious from other coaches, that like it really tastes like a frap. But if you didn't watch the surge, I was going to say there's a barista pack you can get. Like I always get chocolate greenberry combo packs. They have a barista pack, which is a chocolate vanilla cafe latte combo, or triple combo, not combo. I don't know, tri-pack. Anyway, so that sounds like a really cool pack, especially if you want to give out samples to people. So I'm probably going to be switching mine to that. But I just wanted to give you guys heads up on that. The last big announcement is, I talked about a little bit, but digital unlocks on Beachbody On Demand. So they talked about this a little bit. They're going to be rolling it out, I think in February, maybe the end of January. But basically, it's like if somebody doesn't want to purchase a full program, they can do a sneak peek of a program, and they can also just buy the on-demand version of a program, which means they have to be on demand, and then they buy the program. So what it looked like I looked at size, and it was like $25.50 as a coach and like $30 something as a customer, but they also then had to buy the Beachbody On Demand product. So that's kind of cool, because you could get somebody, you could basically say, hey, you could get 30 days of Shakeology, plus you could try all these different titles from Beachbody On Demand, and whenever you love a product, you can get the whole program for like $30. So that's pretty cool. You're still going to get commissions from that, so don't worry about that. They're going to roll that out, and they're going to tell us how to sell that, what to do. So we'll roll that out to you guys, but that is a really cool thing. I mean, everyone that I've talked to lately loves streaming. I haven't put in a DVD since November, I guess, because I've been streaming everything. Thank God Hammer and Chisel is streamable. But I think that's really awesome. So you guys be looking out for that. And when people are asking you stuff about this, and you know that we don't have it yet, you can still say, oh my gosh, you know what, we're getting Cafe Latte in January 11th. So anybody that's signing up, you guys can start posting like you sipping out of a Starbucks cup and be like, JK, it's not Starbucks, it's Cafe Latte Shakeology, or whatever, and start kind of promoting that. So that'd be cool. Can you guys see the next slide, vital behaviors?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So vital behaviors equals continued success. I just want to talk about this a little bit, mostly because I am slacking big time at this. I saw Rachel just post today, finished my power hour, it's 9 o'clock, ready to start the day good or whatever. So proud of you. Like I said, I've been going through some crazy times, and as people do. So for me, January is also a reset of my business and really setting aside time to invite. We have got to be inviting, and what I really wanted to push is that we have so much we can be inviting to. With the Hammer and Chisel Master Challenge group, they can go into that group. You guys don't even have to host a challenge group. And if you haven't heard of that, it's going on right now. It started January 4th, but it's fine. They can get their product tomorrow and get into it. They just have to request to join it on Facebook, and it's Autumn and Sagi and people from corporate and other coaches that are in there just posting their success and what's going on and that kind of stuff. So you could really say to someone, hey, I'm joining this group. It's not even me. It's from the celebrity trainers. I'd love for you to start it with me. Let's get you set up with your product and let's start this together. And that way that kind of takes the edge off. Or if somebody's signing up as a new coach, you can say, hey, you know what? You can throw your people into a celebrity trainer group. You don't even need to be completely in there. Now, you can always post in that group and say, I finished my workout for today, da 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 da, and tag your friend and say like, hey, Ashley, did you do your workout today? Or did you follow what Autumn said or whatever? So I think that's awesome. The next thing is, inviting to Super Saturdays. We haven't touched on this a lot, but just kind of how we invite potential coaches onto our calls and things like that. Let's be inviting them to Super Saturdays. It's free for them. They can see, last time we went, a woman got up and talked about how she lost like 80 pounds and how she could walk again and all this stuff. It's really powerful to see. It's powerful, when they say, keep standing if you lost 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 80 pounds, 90 pounds, and people keep standing, and people can really see, God, we really are helping people. Like, this is about helping people. And it really is. And so just remember to be inviting, and remember that this is a gift that you're giving somebody else. Even if you're not inviting them to health and fitness, to be getting them out of a situation. I'll tell you guys, like, juggling back and forth with buying the house and getting laid off and then getting this new job, and it was horrible, and now having to wait to start my new job. And it has been really amazing to see that I just got a $450 check in the mail last week from Beachbody when I honestly wasn't focusing on my business. So that's been really helpful. So things like that, share those things. Like, I'm going to be sharing those things, and that's a really good way to invite people when they like it or something. You can say, hey, I saw that you liked that post of mine. It was really hard for me to share. I don't know if you have a similar story, but, I'd love to share with you how I was able to, help myself through that hard time by this business, that kind of stuff. You can use my story. You can use other coaches' stories. So make sure that you're inviting. The next is be a product of the product. And I'm not going to touch too long on that one, but, I think in December, it's really easy for us to not drink our Shakeology and for us to not work out every day. And, if you remember back to a really cool challenge group that you were in or that you hosted, the person doing it was posting a picture of their body probably every day. Like, I've been looking at my Facebook and I'm like, God, I don't post a picture of my body. Why? Because my body doesn't look good right now. But I need to be posting that, I'm still working out. I'm still on the floor, or it's 11 p.m. and I just finished doing everything for the day, but I'm still going to get my workout in. It's that consistency, being a product of the product that people are going to see. Or, if you're a 365er, I don't know if you guys saw the search, I'm a 365er. But if you have bought Shakeology for consecutive 12 months and you want to talk about how that's changed your health, or if you are like, okay, it's January 8th and it's my 8th Shakeology, when people keep seeing that, if you do like a Shakeology Saturday and you're like, it's week 6 and this is, 6 weeks study, I've been drinking it, they want to know, how do you drink that every day? Why do you drink that every day? What's so good about it? So be consistent. It doesn't have to be some life-changing post. Be consistent. I put, people do not become followers unless you lead. And that's really, really true. I mean, that's something that I've come to see, just in this time that I've been, kind of MIA, is I have been MIA lately. I've been struggling with a lot of stuff and time and my son and all this, traveling, the holidays, it happens. But I lost touch with my team. I lost touch with what's going on, who's, no one's checking in, like all this stuff. And it's because I'm not checking in, so make sure that you're really focusing on that, is really leading in that way. And I mean, even in your challenge group, if you're going to host a challenge group, be working out every day. Make it your own accountability that they are counting on me to be the one that works out every day. They're counting on me to not get tired or lazy. I have to do this, And yes, things are going to come up and maybe you can't work out every single day. But keep that in the back of your head as that consistency and that motivator. Because that's what, we're not experts. I mean, some of us are nutritionists, but, not all of us are personal trainers and all these things. We're not. But what we are is we're consistent. We're there for people. We're there to push them forward and help them. And when you focus on really helping people and being that source of accountability, you start to see when you're lacking. So just make sure that you're being proof the products work, and that means doing your fitness, doing your programs, sticking to it, and also drinking your shake or whatever else you're doing. If it's just clean eating that you want to share, or sticking to your portion controls, and be real, because it is very hard, in my opinion, to stick to those portions. So when I do, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I literally ate my portions the entire day. And people can relate to that. They're like, yeah, I'm trying to do that too. I talked to my friend Maggie, And she texted me and she was like, I swear to God, I had 2 perfect portion days. I'm very happy with myself. And I was like, I know. That's what they can relate to. You don't have to be perfect. You're not an expert. You're just there to help and be that source of accountability. So make sure that you are being it. Okay, personal development. Can y'all see this? No, you can't. Can you? Because I'm not sharing. Hold on. Anyway, the next one I had was personal development. And this one I don't have to talk much about, but you got to do it. You got to get in personal development, because what happens when you're pushing for big goals and you're trying to make big things happen is there's like a little lie sewn in sometimes that you're not good enough, or you're not doing enough, or you're not making enough, or you're not reaching enough people, or you're not helping enough. And that is a lie. But it's so easy to tell ourselves. It's so easy. I mean, in my opinion, and maybe everyone has different beliefs, but I mean, that is a lie that Satan sows into us all the time, that he wants you to buy, that you're not good enough. Everyone else can do this, but you cannot. You're not cut out for this. You know, that is not true. This business is filled with people that never thought they could do this, that no one else thought could do this, and now they're making millions of dollars a year. So just don't believe that lie. And the only reason, and what I'm saying is, we're all going to feel that way. I've been feeling that way for like a month. You know, but when we get out of personal development, out of, you know, scripture, if that's what you believe in, you know, out of these kind of spiritual things where we have to take a minute and we have to remind ourselves what we are, what our worth is, you know, how good we really are, because that's hard. As day in, day out, you feel bad about a lot of things, about being a good mom, about being a good student or employee or whatever. You have to take that 10 minutes a day to really just plug in and just kind of let those things go and refresh. So I believe that it's very important. Everyone in Beachbody does. I think it's important for all parts of life. Really make sure that you're taking that time, because it's so easy to let that lie kind of seep in. Okay, I'm moving on. Y'all tell me if you can see. Hold on. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So are you a challenger or are you a coach? And I put this up here because I want you guys to really be asking that question with everyone you talk to going forward. But I really want you to ask yourself that, because I think a lot of times we get either really comfortable with our coach, or we get really comfortable with being a part of a challenge group, and we kind of are just like a glorified challenger, you know? So I want you to be thinking of some of these things to really be acting as a coach. One thing I wanted to point out, and somebody mentioned this, I think it was Elizabeth Hartkey on The Surge, sticking to a program is way harder than coaching. And I thought that was such a good point, because if you can have the mental capability to stick to a program, to stick to your portion control diet, to meal prep your food, to wake up every morning and work out or get it in somehow, to stick to that 60 days or 30 days, then you have the wherewithal to be a phenomenal coach. Honestly, when we do that power hour, it's that 1 hour a day. So I always think of it that way, is like, you know, if I'm a coach, like, am I even putting in that 1 hour a day? You know, I think about it all the time. I'm like, God, with this new workout, Hammer and Chisel, I never want to miss a workout. But there are times where I'm like, well, I'm not going to reach out to my invites today because I just got tired or what. That is so crazy. It's like that would take me probably 15 seconds, but because I'm not planning for it, you know, I'm not getting the results I want. So just remember that. And guys, a lot of the reasons why I ask these questions are because of, you know, I'm finding myself going through these things too. So I'm not saying anyone is going through this. Maybe you're not. But just remember that you know, if you can take the time and the energy to really stick to a program, or to get other people to be accountable to a program, then you can definitely take the time, that 1 hour a day, to be a phenomenal coach and be doing your vital behaviors every single day. The next thing I want to say is find coaches in your group. Remember that when you're holding these challenge groups, to be giving the recognition out to people who deserve it. I was looking back at one of my very favorite challenge groups. It was a really active group. And one of the girls told me, I'm so pumped, I lost 8 pounds, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I made a little pick monkey and said, Alicia, she's a mom, she works, She lost 8 pounds in 21 days. Just couldn't be more proud of her. And I shared it in the group, but I also shared it on my homepage and tagged her, and her friends saw it, and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? What is she doing? I've kind of got away from doing that. And I think in a way I've kind of been focused more on like our team and growing our team, and haven't been kind of lifting up those people in the group that would probably be amazing coaches. So when y'all are finding people like that, make sure that you're shouting them out, giving them recognition. And then you can always say to them, have you ever considered being a coach? I mean, you're posting in the group, you're helping other people, you're losing weight, you're on this journey. Have you ever considered doing what I do? It's a very warm way to kind of reach out. The other thing I want to mention is share this gift with the willing, struggling, curious, and frustrated. And I was thinking about that. I heard somebody say, share this with the willing. And I started thinking of like the people that I most like to reach out to. And it's all these people. And think about that. Think about people like that. The willing, the struggling, the curious, and the frustrated. And why I say that is because there's a lot of people you can tell through challenge groups or through other things that are willing. And what that means is, they're posting recipes, they're doing all this stuff, or they're posting stuff on their own page. They go to CrossFit, they go to the bar class, they are willing to preach this lifestyle, to talk about this lifestyle that they love. Or they're willing to kind of listen to what you have to say. They're like, and what is it that you do? And how do you do that? And, that's also the curious. When you have people that are like, I kind of want to get involved, but I'm not sure. Those are people that you should really, really hone in on and make sure that you at least say to them, you know what, this may not be for you. I can tell that you're curious though. Do you have 5 minutes for a phone call? We can just go over kind of what I do. Those people you don't want to miss. You don't want to go, oh yeah, well, keep following me or join my group, or you really want to share the gift with them. And when I say this gift, I mean coaching. I mean, you guys, like what I've been going through in the last couple of months, if I did not have coaching, first of all, I wouldn't have an outlet that I have now. And second of all, I wouldn't have had this residual income coming in that really helped me get through this time and actually allowed me to make decisions money-wise and job-wise that were good for me, not just about I need a paycheck, but that were good for me. I haven't been working for like a month because I just didn't want to. I was getting really crazy. And I just thought, I'm not going to do that. And I really wanted to choose another job. While Beachbody is not my full job right now, I wanted to choose another career that, was sustainable and that I liked. And I wanted to have time to choose that. So, I mean, there are other people out there like that. Look at the people who are struggling, the people who maybe post on Facebook, well, the oil and gas got me, I got laid off, if you know of anyone or reach out to those people. Now they're struggling, or their husband got laid off, or they post that, the frustrated that they always are like, oh my God, this freaking job, I hate my job, We maybe don't want to work with a bunch of people that post what they hate all the time, but I've seen people that post like, it's Friday, woo, all those like fearsome Friday people that are just pumped about Fridays, they probably are not in love with their job. So think about those people, and instead of just sharing just the fitness opportunity, share this with them. It's a way out for a lot of people. And remember that it is a gift. It is a gift to share this with someone. It is very minimal effort and very big payoff. I mean, and for a lot of people, they're not looking for a massive payoff. And what I've made coaching this year, I have friends that make that annually at their job. So I needed more money, and that's why I'm still working. But there are people that could have done what I did, and I didn't have a couple of months weren't so great for me, and still beat their annual income. So be thinking about that, be reaching out to those people that are frustrated, struggling, curious, willing, and really present this to them as if it is something that you're sharing and not something that you're afraid to talk about. Okay, moving on. Oh, this is the next one. Can y'all see this? The money issue?
Yep.
Okay, so and Carl kind of mentioned this in our call, but I love this. And everybody always tells me, I think Ashley reached out to me about this, but that people seem really interested, and then they're like, I'm not that interested. It's kind of a lot of money. I thought this was a great way to kind of talk to people about this. The money issue is, we make our money off of people getting results and becoming walking billboards, not someone buying a bag of Shakeology. So, and I like the way he said this. If you have somebody that says, I don't know, it's just so expensive. I mean, do I have to drink the Shakeology? Whatever. Or are you just trying to get me to buy more or whatever? Is that, listen, I do this job because I want to help people get results. And I believe, because it's what I've done, that the very, very best results come with a dialed-in fitness plan that you can follow and measure, with a nutrition plan that's portion controlled, that's clean eating, and with Shakeology that's going to give your body all these superfoods and nutrients that you honestly cannot get in just the meals that you eat, even if you eat clean. Plus, you need a coach and an accountability system to keep you accountable to this lifestyle. That's what's going to get you results. So I love that he put it that way, is that instead of saying like, oh no, well, you don't have to drink Shakeology, or you don't have to, I'm not trying to sell you a dream of Shakeology. I really believe that it is what is best for you to get you the results that you want. If you don't believe that, guys, really dig into your why of why you're doing this, because you should 100% believe that. Even if there are days when you're like, I don't know, I could go out without my Shakeology. Think about when you do go without your Shakeology, how you feel. Do you lose any weight? All these things. I mean, my boyfriend is the best example. He's not a huge fitness nut, but he has to drink that shake. He loves that shake. He feels different. His body works differently. He loses weight. So my point is when somebody asks you that or gives you that kind of objection, you can always put it back on them saying like, yeah, Shakeology is a huge part of why I think my customers and coaches are successful in getting results. So I would not recommend leaving it out. Never. Why would I? It's how I got results. It's what's helped me, assimilate food and my body work properly. I could never get the nutrients in Shakeology. And Carl Deichler says all the time, he does not eat anything green. He hates it. So he can eat protein and, eggs all he wants, but he will not eat green. So his thing is, that's why I drink my shake. I get all those superfoods and antioxidants that I need from my shake. So that's how I would remember when people give you those objections, because, if you set it up to say, look, Shakeology is a huge part of why I do what I do, why would I not recommend that? I don't believe you can get the benefits of Shakeology in another meal or in all your meals combined. So if you're not sure about Shakeology or what it does, I would recommend that you guys look at that Shakeology podcast that's out, so that you can familiarize yourself so that you can feel good about the benefits of it. But I would just challenge you, if you're not drinking it daily, to start drinking it like 10 days in a row and look at the difference. And then you'll have your own story there. It's pretty amazing. So just remember that. And then also, remember when you're talking to people that, if they're this crazy challenge master, why not be a coach? And what I mean is not just by saying, hey, you're doing challenges, that's exactly what I do as a coach, but talk to them in greater detail. Like say, hey, I don't know what's going on. Oh, and what I did want to mention about both of these 2 points is this is why I've started doing assessments for my clients. So what I've done is when somebody says they're interested or they want to know more, what I typically do is I just have a list of questions, and I'll say, okay, what I want to do is a fitness and nutrition assessment so that I can tell you what I would best recommend as a total program. That way they know you're not selling them a bunch of crap. It's not like, oh, this is a challenge pack that comes with this, and so you might as well get it. No, you're sitting there and they're saying, I love sweets. That's a problem I have. It's hard for me to stay away. I'm a late night snacker, but I don't really eat that much during the day. I like, low impact workouts where I don't have to jump and do all this stuff. Then you're getting all this information. So then you can recommend something to them that's like, okay, well, I really think, here's what I recommend. I'm going to recommend PIO, which is a 60-day program. It's very low impact. It's mostly Pilates, yoga fusion with high cardio, so burn a lot of fat. I'm also going to recommend that you get on our nutrition plan and into our coach accountability group where you'll have da-da-da-da. And I'm also going to recommend Shakeology. It's actually probably going to really help you with the sweet cravings because it's flavors like chocolate malt or vanilla latte or whatever. Then when you're giving them that kind of assessment, they know you listened to what they needed. And so why wouldn't they just take your suggestion? You're suggesting everything that's going to help them get that result. So I would be doing that. So moving on to the next point, if you're an Uber Challenge Master, makes sense. Yeah, really talk them through. Like if they're like, I have some people in my challenges that have been in 3 challenges. And if every time I would say, really makes sense for you to be a coach, I think you should be a coach, they are all the time going to be like, Lauren, I already told you I don't want to be a coach. Keep prying into what's going on in their life. Like one of them, I know their husband lost their job. That's a great time for me to go back and say, hey, I know you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, but I know times are tough right now with the oil and gas business. I got laid off too, or I know someone that got laid off. You know, because you're so good at this, I really think you could help your family in bringing in a little extra income, by doing this. You don't even have to do it full time. Maybe just do it until he gets his job back, that kind of thing. Or, you love helping people. All you do in this group is help people. Don't you want to, get some money back to be paying it forward like that? I mean, put it that way. A lot of people think that when you help people, you can't get money for it. And that's just not true. I mean, that's what we do. That's our whole job. So that's what I would tell her is, did you think, you've been in 3 challenge groups of mine. Do you think that I, stole from you or I sold you something you didn't want? No. That's what you'd be doing. You just pay it forward to other people just like you that get so much out of this challenge, So really dig deeper in why, because they're great at challenges, they would be a good coach. Don't just say like, you're basically doing what I do. Would you want to be a coach? Think of what they want. Maybe it's the accountability. God, as a coach, nothing could hold you more accountable to your fitness goals. You're there to help people and hold them accountable, and you're doing such a great job of it. So think of those things as you're going forward. Okay, can y'all see this? Let's not fail to plan.
Yep.
Okay, so let's not fail to plan. And obviously that comes from, fail to plan and plan to fail. So I just want to make sure, and I did this a lot for me too, because I'm feeling like before the new year I was not very planned. So there's a couple things I want you guys to remember. First, we have to get plugged in. So, Wilde Republic team calls, I'm going to start having them. I'm going to do a multiple choice question and answer on the group page tomorrow and have people actually choose what the best time is. But they're going to be every week. I'm going to commit to that. And it's not always going to be me. Sometimes it's going to be other coaches, but we're going to commit to that. They are recorded, but I want people on these calls. I want people being active and contributing. Be on the national wake-up calls, you guys. Be on them. I mean, a lot of times you're going to hear your name when you advance in rank. And the other thing is, these are some amazing, amazing coaches that have been in this business for years, that have made it through the ranks, or some of them just 2 years, and they're a top 10 coach. These are things you want to hear. You want to learn from these people. Those are recorded as well, but it's just really good to make that a habit to be on those calls. Make sure that you do your new coach training and that you make sure your coaches do their new coach training. I have one. I've been sending out links, but there's the new coach training in the back office. There's also a diamond training, a push to emerald and a push to diamond training on the back office. You can literally just tell your coaches to move through those. So make sure they're doing those trainings. Make sure if you are a newer coach and you did like your initial training, that you go through the back office and you do a diamond training, or you get signed up for a diamond training in our upline or something like that. The next is coach, what? Oh, I wrote the wrong thing, but it's Team Beachbody. Make sure that you're plugged into that Team Beachbody 411 on Facebook, and that you listen to the hot list every month that tells you what challenge packs are out, what we're promoting, what's new and up and coming, all these things. So you can, remind your coaches of that. And make sure you use our group page. Rachel does a great job of that. I know Ashley, you posted in it quite a bit. If you have a question, or if you were like, hey, I'm going to do a PIO group. Does anybody have, before and after pictures? And we'll all send them in there. Make sure you're using that group, because there are people in there that, have been doing this, that, can show you what's working for them, either event pages or anything like that. You can get really good ideas from there. Okay. So what I want to know from y'all, and I'll step out of this, but what is your January goal? What is your July goal? And what is your December goal? So I'm going to get out of this. Hold on, if I can. Okay, so, and it could be anything. It could be like a Success Club goal. It could be a number of coaches goal. It could be a rank goal. It could be a money goal. I want you guys to think about it and just think, just right now, like, what is your goal for January? What's a goal that you've set for yourself? And then when y'all are ready, tell me. And I'll tell you mine.
So do you want us to do January, July, and December, or just January right now?
Let's just do January right now.
Okay. For me, it's to sign up 8 coaches. I have that on my wall. And then I have Success Club 20 as my goal. But I have scary goals on purpose just because I want them to scare me. So.
Well, can I tell you something? Last January, my very first month as a coach, I hit Success Club 20. So, and I only did it one other time after that. So I'm telling you, like, this is the month for scary goals. You guys can do it. I know you can. So that's a really good goal. And I also like that you did coaches and Success Club, because even if you don't hit your number of coaches, you're still hitting Success Club. That's a great goal. What about you, Ashley?
I for sure want to hit Success Club 10. I completely missed Success Club at all last month, and it was really discouraging. So I really want to go at least above Success Club 5, and I'd love to hit Success Club 10.
Okay. And let me ask you, how many people is on your goal list to reach out to, like, per day or per week?
I go back and forth with this because I don't know exactly. I feel like I have exasperated my list, and I don't want to over bombard people and make it come off the wrong way, because that's not the way I want to do business.
Yeah.
And so I'm finding it hard. I'm trying to build, my followers, and I've created the Instagram account, and so I'm doing that. And like I was telling Rachel, like, I'm still relatively new back to Facebook. I was off for 3 years, and
yeah.
I've really only been on for about 6 months, maybe, not even that long. So I don't have that many friends on my Facebook, and so it's really has proved to be challenging to find the right people to reach out to, and to not cross that line of it actually meaning something, because I don't want to just reach out to people that I really should know that probably won't, like, this is not for them.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't have an answer for that.
Do what?
Have an answer for that, basically.
Yeah, so I can maybe try and help answer that. So first of all, I think that is hard, especially when you're newer to Facebook. I think that you should make one of your goals adding to your Facebook friends per day. So, like, for instance, I try to add it. Do what?
I am doing that.
Okay. So here's a good thing. I'll send you guys a link to this. I just saw in Andrea Crowder's videos on YouTube. She did this quick video, and it's how to make a friends list on Facebook. I think that'd be really helpful, because, for instance, like, my goal is to add 5 to 10 people a day on Facebook. And how I do that is I'll go to friends of friends, or I'll go to maybe a group that people might be in, or tone it up, or something else. Like I heard some coach say the other day, like if you love to decorate cupcakes, there's probably a Facebook group for that. Or if you love, to write, or if you love, I love planners. I think it's weird, but like now I'm onto this planner. So like I'm probably going to join a passion planner group on Facebook and talk about, what I do is like, and this is just an idea, but what I do is like somebody will list in that planners group, like somebody will take a picture of their planner and how they do it, and they'll take a picture of like that specific person, let's just say, tracks their water and their food and their fitness and all of that. That person, I'll start commenting on their stuff, and I'll just say like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Or some people will put that, but then they'll put like the marker they use. It sounds crazy, but it's your interest, so whatever you're interested in, I'll see that and I'll be like, oh wow, I can see you're really interested in health and fitness. What kind of workouts do you do, or something, and I'll start kind of getting that going. Then I'll add them as a friend. Well, what you can do is you can go into Facebook friends list, and what Andrea suggested doing, which I think is a pretty good idea, is she just created a list called New Friends 2016. And what you can do is you can go through in your Facebook, and this is in her video, it's like 2 minutes so you guys can see it, but I think it's a great tool for building, where you can go through your, what do you call that? Your activity, and you can see like who you added this month or this week or today as a friend, and you can add them to that list. So then when you click on that list, once you've created it, say you added 7 people, or if you wanted to, you could do planner addicts, and that could be your list, all planner people, or all, alumni from your college, or whatever that you added. But I think it is easier to do 2016. When you click on that list, you see just a news feed of those people. So how Facebook works in your Edge rank is that the more you comment and like on people's pages, the more you start showing up in their news feed. So when you have that like concentrated news feed of new people that you've added, or people that have a similar interest to you, or let's say you added a lot of CrossFitters or runners or something like that might have an interest, you can look at their stuff, and maybe they did a hike, and you can be like, oh, so looks awesome, where'd you guys do that? Or maybe they're doing a fun run in Houston, and you can be like, oh, I'm interested, where's this, and start that conversation going. You'll start popping up more in their news feed, and they'll feel more comfortable adding you because they know that you have some kind of similar interest. So I would definitely, since you're saying that's kind of an issue for you, as you feel like you don't have anyone else to talk to, I would first of all make sure that you're building your list that way in like really creative ways. And Instagram is great. Making sure that you're directing people either to your email or to your Facebook page or something like that from there, but really focusing on building that list. So I would set those goals that I want to add 10 new people to my list, a day or a week or every 2 days or whatever it might be for you. And then from my new additions, I want to reach out to 3 people a day or whatever that is about the business or about the opportunity. And that way, I think, you're reaching out to new people, and then you can have a goal to follow up. And I know a lot of people do get worried, especially when they first get started, about bombarding people. I would say do not care about that, because again, if you're not saying like, hey, I want to run my challenge group, then no one is going to think you're annoying them. And I just read this weird statistic, and I was laughing because the other day I saw, like, in Facebook Messenger, you can see the last message that you sent to someone, and it's like, hey, I'm not sure where we left off, but are you interested in moving forward? And that was the last message. And I messaged her again, and I was like, hey, girl, I'm not sure where we left off. It was like 2 months ago. But she was like, oh, sorry, I really don't get on Facebook that much. And a lot of people will see your message and not respond and then forget about it. So I think a lot of times when we think, oh, they looked at my message and they didn't respond, they must be annoyed. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it's just Facebook and it's quick and they didn't respond, and it doesn't mean they hate you or they don't want what you have. It just means not right now, or I'm busy. I've had many people go, oh yeah, I'm glad you reached back out to me. I want to do that, but I forgot. So just make sure that you're connecting to people that way. Another thing I was going to mention, which I think is a great idea for everyone, We went to a Super Saturday with Melissa McAllister, who I now like love. But she said, she was like, if you guys want to know how the top coaches promote for their groups and get all these people and everything, she was like, it's real easy. She was like, first Monday of the month or first Tuesday of the month, they make a video or they make a post about fitness and about clean eating. And they post it and they do $20 or however many dollars on Facebook as an ad. And it goes out to all these different people, and they do that week 1. Then the next week, they do something with their kid and working out about fitness, and they post that, and that's about their fitness challenge group. And they do that for $20 as an ad. And all I'm saying is, and you can decide how much you want to spend, not spend, if you want to do that as an ad or not. But they have this kind of thing where it's like about clean eating, and then they promote a clean eating group. About fitness, they promote a paid fitness challenge. And then the next one is about coaching and what it's done for them or some kind of freedom that they've had, and they promote that. So for me, I started with $60 a month doing that. For some people might say, I don't want to spend $60 a month. Fine, do 15 or do 10 and see where that gets you, because what happens is when you do an ad like that, even if you just want to do, let's say 1 month you want to focus on just your fitness ad, $20. Just that's it, $20, and just see what happens. You can tweak your audience to be so just like you that it's not even funny. I get a lot of people that like that look at it, that add me as a friend because I'm promoting it out to people that I don't know. So that would be another option. And Instagram's certainly good for that. YouTube is amazing. I just looked back, a stupid size Periscope video that I did where I was like doing the workout had 1,000-something views from July on YouTube. Don't know why. I feel like I've done a million other way better videos, but a lot of those people subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then they go and like me on Facebook. Then they like me on Instagram. So I think just like, don't try and take on too much. But what I always say is like, if I'm going to do a video of myself and that's going to be my Facebook ad, I'm going to post it on YouTube. I'm probably going to post it on Periscope or redo it on Periscope. And I haven't done Periscope in a long time. I don't want y'all to get too inundated with too many social medias. But I do want you, if you're trying to grow your list, you want to try and get the same message out in a lot of different areas. Another really good thing you could do is like an opt-in. So if you do like a Google form and you give something away, like a PDF away for free, like Rachel has a really good one. It's like a 7-day slim down or something like that. And I have a, like from packaged to plated, and it's like healthy packaged meals that don't take long to cook. And it's just ideas for people. And when they go to my website or to my like page, they can just click on it and it gives me their email, their name, and they're getting something for free. So they're more likely to leave their information. So there's a lot of training on all of that. Those are just some ideas. But that's some more ways where you can kind of broaden your list and add more people to your list. That Friends of Friends, I think, is great. Also, if you go on Pinterest and you look up boards, Meg Kozlowski has a great video, like a 3-minute video on this. If you look up fitness or something and you see somebody that has like a bunch of fitness and clean eating boards, a lot of times their Facebook is connected to it. So you can click on that, and what you have to do before was pay $1 to leave a message, but now you don't have to. Now it's just like that message request, and people are seeing it more. So I would use that because you already know. A lot of them are like post baby body, a whole board, and it's like you can click on that and be like, hey, I just saw your board on Pinterest. I don't know if you'd be interested, but here's something I'm doing. So I would try to broaden it that way, and remember about that message request on Facebook that now you don't have to pay for people that you don't know, and it doesn't go in your other inbox. It stays at the top as a message request, and it comes through on your phone like that too. So I think that's a really cool tool. It's a way to reach out to people that you're not already friends with if you have a common interest. So make sure that y'all are using that too. But those are just some ideas. Because I know everyone who thinks they're at the end of their list, you're definitely not. But it feels that way sometimes because you feel like you've talked to everyone that might be interested. And then I would recommend having like some power hour days where maybe you take that Brandy's like TKO 100 no's thing. I don't know if you've seen that, but and just say, I'm just going to blow through this to people that I would never think would be interested. And just whatever. I'll get 100 no's. I don't even care. I don't care. And you will be very surprised that you will not. So I would just kind of change that mentality to people might not be interested to people should really be interested. And like for you, you have a really good like before after. And so I think that is awesome. I mean, it's like, hey, I mean, you can always send a picture and a message and say, this is what this did for me. I just didn't know if you had any interest. I'm just so excited. I want to share it, you know? And that goes a long way with people. Like, they're like, oh crap, really? What'd you do? Like, so just remember that people are probably more interested, especially this month, than you think. So just remember that. Okay, I won't make y'all say y'all's other goals, but maybe think about those goals and send them to me somehow. My goal for January is to sign up 10 coaches. And my bigger goal, and I say it's a bigger goal because I'm slacking bad in it, is to complete my power hour every single day. And for me, that's just, I have not been focusing on it. I'm now so excited that I'm starting a new job where I'll completely telecommute and work from home. So I think that will be a lot easier to do. But that's a big goal for me because I've just really been slacking. And then my other goal for January is to make sure that every single coach that is personally sponsored by me has gone through my training, or I reconnect with them and start putting them through the training, and I can really evaluate what kind of coach they are. Because I have not done a great job of that. Some people kind of just go radio silent, and I'm going to be following up with them again. So yeah, that's really all I have. Do y'all have any other questions about anything new or anything else?
I had a question about Success Club trip.
Okay.
Everything I read said the $300 is not refundable. So you said it was, so now I'm confused.
Yeah, it's not refundable. Hold on. It's not refundable as in if you don't go on the trip, you do not get it back. So like if you say, yes, I'm going on this trip, and then you end up backing out, you don't get your money back. But if you say, yes, I'm going on the trip, and it goes toward your trip, if that makes sense. So it's not like in addition to, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need $1,224, it's like minus $300 because you're paying $300 up front.
Okay.
But then if you decide to back out of the trip, they keep your $300, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm also curious exactly how you earn it all free, because from what I was gathering was you're making payments and you're paying. Like, so I guess I just don't understand the way it works.
Yeah, I don't know. Rachel, you looked like you knew more about that. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Monique and I were talking about this today, and we looked into it because it's broken into installments. Like the whole trip is broken down into payments, but your Success Club, those points add up, and that amount is taken off each installment. So you'll get like a bill or whatever saying you owe this amount of money, and then it'll say you earned X amount of Success Club point dollars, and that's going to be subtracted. So if you earn enough, it'll be zero. You won't owe anything. Does that make more sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So everything will add up at the end, and you can get the whole thing paid for. Like, so it'll be broken down. So say it's broken down into like quarterly payments or whatever. So say it's like whatever, $300 a quarter, and you earn X amount of Success Club points. It'll say you owe $300. You earned, $200 in Success Club points. You only have to pay us $100 this quarter. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we're only eligible to make up to 1,200 Success Club points, so the 300 is not refundable then, because the total is 1,500.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, but I know for a fact it's not in addition to, it's toward. So I don't know. I'll go look. I think it's PuntaCana2017.com is the website.
Yeah.
It should say everything. And the only reason why I don't know is because I haven't looked at the website. And this last year's trip was, hey, Brittany. But last year's trip was actually a cruise, so we paid for it totally different. So I just had to pay $300 deposit, and then it was like, I mean, just the whole time it was like, you've earned this many dollars, you've earned this many dollars, you've earned this many dollars, and now it's like, you've earned too many dollars, you're done. So, I mean, I know for a fact, like, you're not going to pay any money out of pocket. It will all go toward it. I'm not clear on the actual details. But I do know that the only non-refundable for both trips is if you put your deposit down and then you decide, I'm not going to go on the trip. Then they don't refund it. But
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, hey.
Hi, I jumped on. I was watching on YouTube, but I jumped on because I actually read it in detail because I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so I think the confusion, Ashley, you're right, that $300 is not refundable, but Lauren, you're right too. They make it sound like the trip is $1,200, but it's actually $1,500. So up to $1,200 can be paid for, like you said, Ashley. But that $300, if you cancel, or you're not going to get that $300 back. So the most you would be paying out of pocket if you get everything else paid for would be $300, but you just got to work to get it paid for.
The other thing that I read was that if you don't hit certain Success Club points each quarter, you can get dropped, and then you can't go, and your money is not refunded up to what you've paid, a certain amount. So, like, if you're paying installments each month or each quarter, and then you don't hit a certain Success Club point for whatever, and you're disqualified because you didn't make that, then you don't get the 300 plus a certain amount of whatever.
Yeah, but that's weird because all of it accrues. So, I mean, even if, like, for instance, I didn't hit Success Club 1 month this year, and I didn't get set back on, like, my timing for the cruise. So I'll have to look into that. Actually, let me write that down. But
I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like, I think it's total, like, for the whole entire year.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
So it says, like,
front heavy.
Yeah, it's like Q1 is by March 31st, you have to have accrued at least 10 Success Club points total in the entire year. Not in just March, not in the year. But then after that, it's like by June, you only have to have 15. By September, you only have to have 20. So, yeah, it's a lot up front, I guess, is the thing. But, like, after that, it's like, I mean, if you're hitting Success Club, you'll get it paid for, if that makes sense.
That's really weird, though, because
yeah.
I don't, did anybody, and Brittany, maybe you read this, I'm not sure, but I really don't think they're going to take your money quarterly if you've earned that many points. What do y'all, it's weird to me that they would do that.
That's why I was so confused about everything, because I was like, and everybody's posting about how it can get paid for completely free, and so then I'm like, even people above us, above our Wild Republic team are posting about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just completely confused on how exactly this works, and I don't know if just the lingo is confusing me, or
I need to get more information on it, and then I'll get back to the group, because it won't be like, for instance, for this trip going forward, I have not paid a single dime for it, like not a single anything, because first of all, I was late signing up, but I get an email every day that says you've accrued 1,200 and whatever points. You know, once you have an opening, you need to pay your deposit or whatever for the room. So, I mean, like, they didn't take any of my points away, and I qualify, but I never paid any installment. So I don't really understand. I think I would guess that it's like, if you're nowhere near your points for that quarter, then you need to pay that installment. But I just think that would be way too much work for them to, like, go back and have to, like, give people back their money when they didn't make Success Club. It's very weird. I don't think they would do that. So I'm going to have to, because a lot of people will, like, go for it and not make it. So
right.
They're not going to pay everyone back $600 or whatever they, you know.
Yeah, if you look, I think it's in the FAQs, although on that website there's a very detailed document.
That's where
it says I'm trying to find. The $300 you have to pay to reserve your spot. And then, so say we decide to do that at the end of this month and we reserve our spot. And then, I mean, like you said, you have to be making Success Club to qualify. And if you're making Success Club, then you're getting trip dollars because it's, if you're over 5, it's $1. And this month is double, like you said. So, but say the next payment is in 3 months and it's $300 because that's a quarter of it. But I don't know, you got 220 points, they'll deduct it, like Rachel said, from your bill. But then say the next month comes along and you're not going to qualify for it, then it depends on when you cancel. There's like a cancellation policy also. So you're definitely not going to get your $300 back from the beginning, but you might get that portion that you paid from the first installment back, just depending on when you cancel. Because part of it is based on the hotel's cancellation policy.
Yeah.
So like you can get your money back that you paid of the installments depending on when you cancel, but you won't get the $300 back from the beginning.
But I mean, I just want to say, let me do the math here. Hold on. Rachel, what did you say? You have to have 20 by September?
Yeah, 20 by September for the year.
So that's 2 Success Club points a month in 9 months. So that's the other thing, you know, like, I mean, if there's any ever month that I'm hit 2 Success Club points, I got a real problem going on. But if you hit, like for January, I mean, everybody's goal should be 10. Everybody's. I mean, my goal is 20, you know, I mean, so it could be higher. So I'm just saying, like, my goal is 20 in a month, you know, and some of y'all might be lower, but let's say it's 5 or 10. You know, if you're hitting Success Club 5 every month, which if you're really focused and you're setting your goals, you should be, I mean, it's 3 people a month, then you're definitely, you know, doing double what you should be doing to hit those targets. So, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I think it's a kind of low target. I mean, I think that they're giving you, you know, they're basically saying you don't even have to hit Success Club every month to qualify and to like make that many by September, you know. You just have to be getting Success Club points. So, I mean, if you are hitting Success Club every month, 5 every month, I mean, you should not have a problem. But I need to get, and I'm sure as the time goes on, I'm sure in the next couple days there will be people explaining that more. But I just can't see them. I just can't see them asking people to continue to pay, because a lot of these people who are getting Success Club and are new to the business, they don't have $200 every quarter or $300 every quarter. So, and they know that. So I'll have to look into it and see what's going on, and I'll report back. And if y'all find out any answers, let me know.
I just saw today that it says it's you plus a guest included for that rate. Is that correct?
Yes. It's like it's for every trip. Some people bring like their child, most people bring their spouse, but like for me, David will like never be able to go on these trips. So like if I was gonna get in to the, and maybe I still will, but to the cruise, I was probably gonna bring another coach. You know, so that's another thing too, is like, let's say somebody can't go, you could always bring someone on your team who maybe they joined late or they're really close to getting it or something like that, that can go with you. So yeah, that's always going to be for every Success Club trip in Beachbody.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think about it that way too, as far as, I mean, that's pretty awesome to go on a trip with your husband or whoever for free. And this is weird the way it all came out, but I guarantee you it is 100% for free, or you don't go. Like, you don't. I mean, unless you want to pay extra. But I mean, that's just normal. It just doesn't happen. Plus, they're giving us like $750 resort dollars extra. So, and maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to look into that.
The first question at the bottom of the frequently asked questions says, what does the non-refundable deposit cover? And the answer is it covers government taxes for the coach and their one included guest.
Okay.
So, yeah, that $300 is for sure non-refundable.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
you're
that's just
right,
the
Brittany.
biggest, like, that's the biggest hiccup I think for new coaches like myself is thinking, okay, well, I can put in this 300, but who knows what's going to happen to my business and if I'm going to hit anything close to that. So it's a huge gamble. I mean, the reward I think would be amazing to go, but it's that gamble of if it's
Yeah.
possible and then you're out $300.
Well,
So.
and I think that's kind of what I was trying to address at the beginning is, and because that's exactly why I didn't sign up right away as a brand new coach, because I was like, I don't know what my Success Club will look like. Like, I don't, but what I can say is you really have to just think about your dedication to your business. And to me, my dedication to my business was like, I mean, I want to go 3-star, 4-star in my first year. That didn't happen, but hitting Success Club every single month did happen because I was very dedicated to it. You know, so actually, no, it didn't. It did not happen one month. I hit Success Club 4 and I wanted to kill someone. Um, but you know, that's kind of what I'm getting at is like, even if you're just like, and I'll just be really honest with you guys, from July to December, I did not work half as hard as I did from January to July. Not even close. I mean, just a lot of things changed in my life, and that's half the year. So I still definitely made my Success Club trip. You know, I mean, so that to me is like, if you're going to work this business and you're going to dedicate to at least for a year, I'm going to see where this goes. I'm going to drink my Shakeology. I'm going to do this. Even if I'm only signing up a couple people a month, I'm going to do this, then definitely sign up. If you think to yourself, like, I don't know, in a couple months, if it stays the way that it is, or if I'm not sure, if I don't have the time, I don't want to do it, then don't. You know, and I guess that's my thing is I probably won't be going on this trip this year because I waited too long to sign up, and I really want to go, but it's not the end of the world. I know how it works now. I'm doing this for a year. I'm going to continue to coach. So now I know, since I've done it for a year, that immediately on January 19th, I'm going to sign up. You know, so I mean, at the end of the day, if it's something that you're just not 100% comfortable with, it's okay. Just wait till the next go round, you know? And that's, you know, and people, like, to be honest with you guys, and I said this earlier, but I left a job really early. I don't start my new job for a while. I'm on a tight budget. I really don't have $300 to be throwing around right now, you know, and a lot of people don't. And that's just life. And, you know, and so that's the other thing. I mean, to me, if $300 is way out of your budget right now, then I would really evaluate, okay, can I borrow that somehow? Can we work it into our budget? Or if not, I want my business to work for me, and that's going to be my goal for the next year. So, I mean, no one is saying you have to sign up for that trip. All I'm saying is if you don't sign up on the 19th, it's very unlikely that you're going to get a chance to get on the waiting list. And I think what most of you will see who are working your business, even just kind of steadily, is that within 4 or 5 months, you're going to have enough money to go on the trip for free. So and that's what I saw. Like, I was like, crap, I'm so far down on the waiting list, and this trip has already paid for itself in 4 months, you know, for me and my boyfriend, you know, or whoever. So that's the only thing. If you have any kind of doubts, or if you're worried, or if you're just like, this is not good timing, then don't worry about it. Just wait till the next year. But I do think it's a good goal. I do think that it does really hold you accountable when you at least are like, I'm at least going to hit Success Club because I'm not going to lose that trip. I already paid $300. I'm not losing that trip. You know, so it's just kind of what motivates you. Some people that might demotivate them. You know, they're like, ugh, you know, so, I mean, just keep that in mind. And then, you know, we'll try and work out the details, and I'll try to get more information. Like, I know Brandy sits through like long conversations of the trip and the details and all that, and then like summary gets put online. So, I mean, I'll ask her and all of that in our PS coach group, and I'll get back to y'all. I think that'd be easier. Anything else? Nope. All right. Well, y'all go ahead and send this out to your coaches or your new coaches, just telling them, you know, just get a good start to the year. And then I'm going to be sending out some more videos about just little things to train on, like I talked about, like setting up a Facebook list and like all those different things. Just little tidbits that can help here and there. Just because I think, if we're really doing our power hour and inviting this month, there should be a lot of new coaches this month. So I'm excited. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for jumping on with me. I know that was a long call.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.